What is up, guys? Clutch TCG here, and today we are taking a look at a deck I am super excited to play with in the coming release, and that is the Prince of all Saiyans himself. Green Vegeta got a ton of support in the SB01 manga set, and I am loving him so far in playtesting. Friendly reminder that if you like the content and want to see more, please like and subscribe. It goes a long way in helping the channel grow. Today we are playtesting against Kid Buu, a new leader in the format. I want to give a shout out to my boy Izzy Valor for taking the time to run this matchup with me. I do have this set at 2x speed and will be narrating various moments in the game as we go. Let's get to it. Alright, so I draw going first to start the turn. I place down my energy and play Nappa. This allows me to search 4 cards for a Saiyan that's 5 or less, or a Grade 8. And so what I end up choosing out of this set is the blocker. Super combo does hurt to send to the bottom, but it is what it is. Place the blocker in my hand, and then I pass the turn. Nappa or Murray is the ideal start to this deck, the Murray that takes a life for 1 cost. Izzy charges the 3-cost Barrier Buu. He swings to lead. I take the damage because you really want to awaken with Green Vegeta. He then plays the cantrip, draws a card, and passes. I draw, get a super combo, super important for later on. This turn 2, you really want to be able to play Full Moon, Artificial Full Moon as Green Vegeta. So what I just do is I just swing for the card, and then I tap 2 and I play Full Moon. Now the ideal play for turn 3 is to have the Raditz, the new SR Raditz that drops a 3-cost body, as well as the 3-cost Nappa, the one that helps to ramp from life. However, if we don't get that combo, we will have to pivot. Izzy places down Energy Absorption for energy. He taps 3, so he taps 2 in his energy marker, and he plays the 3-cost Babidi. And off of the Babidi, he plays the 3-cost Buu. I wouldn't say this is the ideal turn 3 play for Kid Buu, however, he was working with the cards that he had in hand, and that's what he was dealt. He swings to leader, I take it, I'm now at 6 life, and I believe he passes. Yes, he does pass. So I draw, I do get the 3-cost Raditz, but unfortunately I do not have the 3-cost Nappa, and so I am unable to ramp twice this turn. So I put down the energy, and what my move is now is to swing to see if I do get the Nappa, and I unfortunately do not. I get another Moon, which is not helpful at this point. However, it is a free energy for next turn, so at least we could do that. Izzy combos a cantrip, so he stays at 7 life. So what I do at this point is I tap 3 energy, and I go ahead and drop the nomination for Best Brother and Uncle of the Year, Raditz. And off of Raditz, I play the new 3-cost Vegeta. This Vegeta draws a card when you play it, and it has an effect that if you use 3 energy, you can remove it from the battlefield and replace it with a Great Ape. I swing with Raditz onto leader, and with Raditz's ability, I self-awaken. He takes the life and is now at 6. I swing again with my Vegeta, and he decides to take that life as well. Being at 5 life is not ideal at this point, and because of this, my curve does get delayed a good amount, and I am not able to put as many bodies on board as I would prefer. However, in situations like this, you do have to pivot and bounce back. And we did also get the 3-cost new Vegeta on board, which is a must kill on sight. If you do not kill that Vegeta, it is a huge threat to unleash a Great Ape Double Striker in the following turn. Izzy charges the Kid Buu here, which to be honest, I would have kept in hand. However, he felt like the 0 combo was not worth keeping in hand. He taps 3 and he brings out the Buff Buu. And he swings 1 time with the Buff Buu. Swings it at my Raditz. And I go ahead and let it die, unfortunately, because I don't want to spend more than 10k combo power to keep it alive. And he swings with Fat Buu into my Vegeta. I combo out of this because I do not want to lose this Vegeta. This Vegeta will turn into a Great Ape next turn unless it is removed, so I do not want it to be removed. He swings for leader draw, and then he goes to KO the Babidi, which makes me discard a card. I just discard the Moon because it's an easy discard. And then he restands the Buu and swings again at the Vegeta, which I combo 10k to get out of it. I restand my stuff, get another Raditz, which is good for later on. And I charge one of the Nappas. I use Leader Swing to see what I get off of draw. Unfortunately, being at 5 life and really wanting to play the Ape this turn means I will not awaken this turn. And so I'm going to have to swing now with my Vegeta. And this actually helps because he does go down to 4 life. And so I can swing with Vegeta, and then he ends up comboing out of this. First awakening, then drawing, and then comboing out. I then tap 3 energy to activate the effect of the Vegeta. I place him in the drop. And then I bring out the Monk. This Vegeta also has an on-play effect that I can discard an energy. And if I discard that energy, I can KO a card on the field that's a cost of 5 or less. I use it to KO the Buff Buu card, and then I swing for 40, double strike, which he combos out of with a super and a different card. I then tap 1 energy. I play Nappa, which lets me search the first 4 cards of my deck. And off of this, what I end up getting is the 3-cost Nappa, and I put it into my hand. I send the rest of the cards to the bottom of the deck, and then I proc the ability of the Artificial Full Moon to get a card from drop that's a 3-cost or more, and put it into my energy in rest mode. Izzy's turn now. Izzy starts his turn by placing down a Turn into Candy card for energy. He then swings for the card draw onto the Ape. Does not want me to awaken, which totally makes sense. Izzy then taps 1 to play Cantrip, draw a card. He taps another energy to use Energy Absorption, which stops my Great Ape from restanding next turn, and then he draws a card from it. Taps 1 more energy for Bibbidi, searches, and unfortunately whiffs on his search, and so he passes the turn over to me. I draw, I get my 3rd full moon of the match. Go ahead and charge it. And then I swing with my leader to his leader to draw a card. What I was trying to get was a different 3-cost that's not the Raditz, because if I play the SR Raditz, I cannot play Raditz for the rest of the turn, and so that other Res Raditz no longer is a viable option if I've already played the first Raditz. So instead I opt to play Future Gohan, and then I pass and end my turn with placing both the 3-cost Raditz and the 3-cost Nappa, and I ramp with Nappa and end my turn. Izzy starts his turn by charging a Buff Buu. He swings into my Ape, which I feel like he could have easily swung at my leader, being a 20k leader now and being at 4 life. So I do awaken from it. He taps 5 energy, and he brings out the 5-cost Kid Buu, which allows him to bring out a 4-cost or less Majin or Evil Wizard. And he brings out the 2-cost Babidi, which he did admit to me that he just pulled at that moment. So, very unfortunate draws for him, honestly, and for myself as well in this game, because I didn't get my curve cards either. So he swings 25 to lead. I take it. And then he goes ahead and he double strikes. I also decide to take this because he ends up comboing 2 cards to make it 45. He activates the Babidi ability to restand the double striker, and then he activates leader ability to ensure that my double striking ape stays rested. So at 1 life, this is do or die for me this turn. I do charge because this is my last turn and I do not need my 4th full moon of the match, and so I'd like to have the extra energy just in case. I swing with Nappa, 30k onto leader. He decides to take it. And then I also decide to swing with my leader for the card draw. I swing with leader, 20 onto him, and I draw a card. I draw another 0, unfortunately. But he does actually take it, which was pretty interesting. I was curious as to why he took it and not comboed out of it, but he did decide to take it. I'm wondering if he felt a little bit more secure with the blocker. That's what my prediction is, at least. So what I decide to do at this point is I decide to go for it all, with him being at 2 life. However, I do need to take care of the blocker. And so what I do is I actually bring out Nameku, and then I will use my leader ability so that I can drop an energy and play a card with a cost of 3 or less. So what I do is I play the Vegeta that allows me to bring out Ape. And I use his effect and tap down 3 energy, and then I bring out another Monk. And then I use his ability, drop another energy, and I KO the blocker double striker Buu on the field. At this point, with the blocker gone, I can now swing with 2 double strikers for a game. So I swing with the first double striker, Nameku, and I charge 5, so that it's a 50k swing. He combos 10 with the SR Goku, a super combo, and then he combos the Babidi on field. I then feel confident enough to swing for game with the 6-cost Ape double striker, and so I swing and combo a total of 90,000 combo power and win the game. Alright, so taking a look at the deck list that we have here, I did revise it a little bit upon reflection of the matchup against Kid Buu. To start off with, we have 3 cantrips. You can opt to use the Gohan Searcher as well in this spot. That's a viable option as well. However, me personally, I just don't like the idea of having all Searchers because you can bottom deck your Namekus and your super combos that way. I run 4 of the Nappa Searcher. It's the best searcher for the deck. It searches everything that you would need to see things on curve. The only things that it doesn't search is the 7-cost Nameku and the super combos. And also the Murrays, actually, which we're talking about right now. The 1-cost Murray, it's Blocker, Self-Awakener, 10k, very good card. I run 3 now of the Vegeta that plays a full moon for free upon searching the deck. I don't use this card nearly as much as I did before, and it is a 10k, so it's nice to have in the deck in case you whiff on getting a moon by turn 3, but it is a very good card, and it is in the deck for that reason. I run 3 of the Goku Self-Awakeners. This is a great card because it also helps you ramp, and so it's a great alternative to the Nappa that we'll take a look at in a second. However, it is the second option because it's a 20k body, so it's not as good as Nappa, but still, very good card. I run 2 of the Res Raditz card. This card is not as good as I thought it'd be for this current version of the deck, and it's really only useful when you want to bring back one of these 2 cards for 10k, or if you want to bring back this Vegeta so that you can play this Vegeta as well. But it's there just in case you need the utility. I run 4 of the Vegeta. This card is a must kill on site, and this card actually can be played once awakened, and you can play Ape off of it immediately for 3 energy after that. Very amazing card. If you see it early, you have to kill it. If you see it in the mid game or late game, you probably have no choice. You're going to see Ape for 3 energy. Very good card. I run 4 of the 3-cost Raditz that cheats a body onto the field. Very great card. Anytime you can cheat a body on the board, it's really good for aggro decks. And when attacking, you can add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. I run 3 of the Nappa, the Self-Awakener that takes your life and puts it into energy. This is just the ideal turn 3 play on top of Raditz. You can play Raditz, and then Raditz plays this card off of it. Both of them can ramp you, so if you're at 6 life, then it can take you to 4 life, and you can awaken, and you can start to put more bodies on the board at that point. Great card, 30k power, amazing. I run 3 of the 25k blocker. This card is very good to block attacks for you, and you can draw a card on play. I run 4 of the 5 cost Future Gohan. This is a very pivotal card in the deck. You can play a free 3 cost at the end of your turn. Very good card, 10k as well. 3 of the 6 cost Grade 8 Vegeta. Great card to see on curve as well as pairing with this card. I run 2 of the Nameku SCR. I run 2 of the Instant Kamehamehas and 4 copies of Artificial Full Moon. That is the deck list. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at the video today. Please like and subscribe if you like the content and you want to see more and you want to help support and grow the channel. Thank you.